36-hour dry fast. No phone, no water, no food. This is by far one of the most difficult things I've ever done. Now, I want to talk you guys through the process, why I started it, what I got from it, do I recommend it? But the first thing I want to say is that it wasn't just no water, no food, no communication. I didn't speak to anyone during this period. I did not stimulate myself through TV. And you can hear by my voice, like, I haven't fully recovered yet. I'm not speaking the way I usually do. So because I literally just finished the fast line a couple of hours ago. So I want to talk you guys through it, man. Now, like I said, this is one of the most difficult things that I've put myself through. I always tell you guys, you have to sacrifice in order to grow. Fasting is one of the best ways in order to go within yourself, connect with God, and find answers and evolve as a person. You know, that's why God prescribed it in the Quran, the Bible, whatever you read or follow. You see that fasting is always prescribed, especially during difficult periods. And I was going through difficult periods in my life, a lot of energy circulating around me, and yeah, that's what I had to do in order to go to the next step. Now, why did I start this fast? What was my intention? You see, everything you do, there must be an intention behind it. You cannot just start fasting for no reason. You cannot just do anything for no reason. Everything has to have an intent. Now, my intention was spiritual growth. I found myself declining spiritually, even though I was doing my prayers, but my connection with God was fading away. I wanted to reconnect. And the moment your connection with God, the higher power, goes down, it affects every single area of life, which it did to me. So that was one of the reasons why I decided to do the fast. I've actually got some notes, but I've wrote so much down during this period that I can't go through everything. I'm just going to give you guys the highlight. Another thing I wanted to achieve for this fast is to get to a stage where I'm giving unconditional love. Like, you know, I wanted to vibrate at a high frequency. I wanted to love everything around me, love every person. You understand? Also, I wanted to get rid of my bad habits, things I'm struggling with. So it's just so much like that I wanted to acquire, so much I wanted to get. And again, fasting was the easiest way to tap in with the higher power. You see, the first thing I'll say to you guys is that if you're someone who's constantly eating, bro, eating takes so much energy from you, you don't understand. Like, the amount of energy your body, your brain is using just to digest this food, bro. There's no way you can manifest, no way you can think clearly, bro. You understand? Especially if you're eating junk food and processed food, your mind is scattered. Focus, procrastination, laziness, not progressing. All of this comes from over-consuming. The moment you take food away and your body doesn't have to spend all this energy digesting, the energy can get carried up and you can, vibrate at a high level. You understand? That's why fasting is so important. Now, the funny thing is, when I was doing the fast, you'd think that the struggle, the temptation would be to eat food or to drink water. The first temptation I had for the first maybe 10, 12 hours, bro, is my phone, bro. I wanted to go on social media. I wanted to text people back, make phone calls. That is what was the biggest challenge initially, especially for the first 20 hours. It's just my phone. I was itching to get on there. You don't understand how addicted you are to the phone on social media until you come off it. It's like an addict coming off a drug. His body's shaking, itching just to go, go get high again or whatever drug he's taking. Same with the social, your phone. The moment you go away from it and you see your body really inclined to use the phone, bro, it's crazy. You understand? So I definitely recommend you do a detox from your phone at least. You ain't gotta do what I just did, 36 hours, but detoxing from things that you're struggling with is very important. Now, I have to be honest, my aim was to do 3 days a dry fast. My aim was to do 3 days of dry fast, but I got to a certain level. After the 24 hours, it's I felt like I was losing oxygen. I found myself struggling to breathe, but that's exactly what I wanted. I wanted to feel pain. I wanted to struggle. Every pain and struggle that you go through is progression. Don't look at pain and struggle as something bad, bro. It's gonna feel bad. It's gonna be very difficult, very uncomfortable, but really that's the way forward. When you don't feel any pain and discomfort and in your comfort zone, bro, you're stuck, bro. You're not evolving. You understand? So, like, what did I get from the process? Like, what did I learn? What did I get? You know, there's so much information. Like I said, I might have to do part 2. I might have to put this on my Patreon. I don't know. But I won't be able to say everything I got because there's not enough time. I don't want to make a 30, 40-minute video. I'm going to give you guys some highlights on my intake of, like, the journey and where I'm at right now. So, the first thing I realized is that, again, food, like, we do not appreciate food and water enough. Like, seriously. Like, you're eating food and then you're full and you throw some food away, you drink water, you drink whatever you do, and we just take a lot of things for granted, bro. Like, you really don't know. Like, until you've gone without, bro, if anything, bro, until you go without it, bro, you cannot truly appreciate it. You understand? You cannot appreciate freedom until you've gone without it. You cannot appreciate food until you've gone long periods without it. You cannot appreciate anything, bro, even people, until you go without them. That's when you realize the importance of it. You understand? Like, it's so important, bro, to have the appreciation and don't take anything for granted, bro. Everything's a blessing. You get what I'm saying? Also, what I've come to realize as well is that, like, there's so much going on, like, in terms of, like, spiritually. Like, we're so focused on the physical world. We're so focused, like, or even I was so focused on the physical world, like, attaining, like, money and, you know, this, doing that, like, all of these physical things. But really everything happens spiritually first. Like, spiritual is the most important thing. Like, especially if you're someone who believes in God or a higher power, at the end of the day, you're going to return back to your maker. You're going to be accountable for your actions. But we've put money in, we've put spirituality and connection with God in the background. You put your family first, you put work, you put everything in front, and then in the back of your mind or in the background, it's God. You understand? If you put God in the background, bro, your life will not be successful. It doesn't matter if you achieve your goals or not, you will not be successful. You're always going to feel something missing. We have to start putting God on a pedestal. We have to put God first. We have to use God in every scenario. Like, you know, everything is God's will. Nothing happens without God's permission. So if you're not putting God first, then you're going to struggle, bro. Even if you're up financially, spiritually, you're going to be down. And if you're down spiritually, then your life is hell. You understand? And it's a reason why, again, referring back to the scriptures and that. And that's something I was doing. I was reading the Quran quite often. Look at the scriptures. Every prophet, always called upon God. Every situation to call upon God. God guided them. You understand? God is with you all the time. People only remember God when they're going through hard times. That's when you remember God. But God is literally the deity that was going to help you maneuver through life. He support you in ways that you cannot imagine. So everything you do, bro, you have to keep God's word in your mouth. Because if you're not living like that, then it's going to be in the background. You understand? And if it's in the background, you will suffer greatly. You know, I've been in several periods in my life where I've been, like, astray from God and that, or not doing my prayers, and every single time, without fail, every single time where my connection with God has been good, has been the worst moments in my life. Every single time, multiple times. I can testify. This is not coming from no scripture or nothing. This is me, my own experience. There's a straight correlation with having a strong connection with God and living a good and joyful life, and not having a connection with God, also you're gonna suffer, bro. 100%, without fail. If right now you're feeling lost, you feel like you don't know where you're going in life, or things are not going your way, or circumstances are just, you know, not in your favor, bro, I'm telling you, focus on God. God is the one that's gonna guide you, protect you. He's the most merciful. You understand? And then you'll see everything around you change. So focus spiritually is crucial. Now, another thing that come to my mind and that all. You see, once you restrict yourself from food, bro, like messages are entering like your mind, bro. Like you don't understand. Like your guardian angels, God is constantly flooding you with information. The moment I stopped eating food, bro, like the information was flowing through my mind. Like I always get fed information, I always get guided anyway. But the moment I restricted myself from food, like, bro, the information was overflowing, bro. Like it's literally one thing after another, like guiding me, giving me direction, giving me insight. You understand? So that's one of the biggest things you can get from fasting. So, like, one of the things that come to my mind is that everything you do, you gotta think everything through. All your actions, think it through before you make a decision. You understand? Before you decide to order that pizza or takeaway, think it through. What's this food gonna do for me? How am I gonna feel afterwards? How is this helping me progress? You know, what's the side effects of doing this? You know, in any situation. Whether you're speaking to a person, whether you decide, whatever you decide to do, but think it through. Like, do not just go blindly, just doing whatever, and then things are happening to you. If you think it through, bro, you can already see the outcome. You understand? You can see the outcome before. You don't need to. Some things you don't need to do to understand, to learn. Like, for example, drugs. Like, you don't need to take drugs to understand drugs isn't good for you, bro. You can just think it through. You can see people who are suffering with drugs and that, and you're not going to do it. You understand? You don't need to, like, even eating junk food, like I said, you have to think it through. Like, me eating junk food, yeah, it tastes great, everything, but where does that lead to? Me being overweight, me risking, like, becoming ill, like, everything you do, speaking to someone, everything needs to be thought through to the end. That's how you make the right decision. That's how you make, like, conscious, that's how you live consciously. And if you live consciously, then you're going to walk the path that you're supposed to walk. You understand? So think it through, bro. Like, and another thing I want to mention is that never take the easy option. You know, it correlates with thinking it through. Do not pick something that's easy. Do not cheat yourself, bro. Even if no one's around, bro, do not take the easy option. If you take the easy option, you're going to suffer. You're not going to grow at the rate that you need to grow at. Like, in order for you to grow, you have to go through adversity. You must go through pain. You must suffer. I know it's difficult. I know it's very difficult to choose to suffer. You understand? But that if you're really interested in growth, if you're really interested in becoming the best version of yourself and being the person that you dream to be, your higher self, you must pick the difficult options. Again, if you look at the prophets that have come before us, peace be upon them and that, look at their lives and that, bro. Look at their lives that they lived. Like, it was so difficult. Like, in order to be a great man, exceptional person, you have to pick the difficult option. Now, that doesn't mean, like, sabotage yourself, but, like, don't take shortcuts, bro, in life. If you take shortcuts, you're going to do bad things, bro. And if you do bad things, then, again, you are going to suffer. And another realization I had is that, you see, nobody's perfect, right? So I'm not telling you to be perfect, but you need to be very careful about all of the sins and all of the bad habits you're doing. See, the more bad habits and the more sins you commit, the further you go down the path of self-destruction. You're going to continue to self-destruct. Each time you sin, you go further away from God. And if you go further away from God, you come closer to the devil. And the deeper you go in, the more difficult it's going to be to get out. So always seek refuge, always seek guidance from the higher power. Because that's the only way. There is no other way. Doesn't matter what you do physically, no matter if you go to therapy, whatever you do, like, you have to seek God. And if you notice the people who go into rehab for drug addiction or whatever they did, the ones that are truly reformed, the ones that have truly changed themselves, are the ones that have connected with a higher power, that found God, or that found a higher power, or something outside of the world and that where they've connected to, which has guided them. You understand? So, like I said, it's very important, man, to have a higher power. I mentioned it plenty of times in my videos. The world is not just physical, there's a spiritual realm as well. So be aware of it. And one of the main things I got from this fast is to live righteously, man. No matter what you do, live righteously, man. Treat people with respect, treat people kindly. It doesn't matter if someone is negative or bad towards you or has hatred towards you. No matter what a person does to you, bro, your job is just to be a good human being, be kind, be nice. Like, don't let that person sink you down. Don't retaliate. You know, don't fight back. I'm not saying you should get bullied. I'm not saying that you should let people walk all over you and just be like, you know, like doormat. But I'm saying that you can't fight fire with fire. Your job is the main thing, regardless of your beliefs in that, is to live righteously, to be a good human being, bro. Like, we can all agree upon that. We might not agree upon religious beliefs or perspective, but we can all agree that being a good human being, bro, it should be everyone's number one priority. So whenever you feel you're being violated or someone's bad eye or evil eye, whatever you want to call it, forgive them. Like, forgiveness is key. You cannot hold hatred in your heart, bro, and think that you're gonna progress or you're gonna feel good, bro. You understand? Now, there's so many things I want to talk about, bro. Like I said, I can make this video 20, 30, 50 minutes, man. But I'll leave it here just for the sake of time. But if you guys want to see part 2, I'm gonna break each thing down anyway. I'm gonna talk about each thing, like not using my phone and, you know, and not having food, you know, different things. But if you want a part 2 to this, man, just comment down below, man. I appreciate you guys. Love everyone. And yeah, stay true to the journey.